Hello children, good morning to all of you. We are studying unitary method. I hope you have done practice for those questions which I taught you on the last turn. Okay, now see today some more questions. 12 bags of rice having equal weights weigh 174 kg. Means weight of 12 bags is 174 kg. Then how much will 20 such bags weigh? What will be the weight of 20 such bags? We have to find. See here. You are watching that weight of 12 bags is equal to 174 kg. Then what will be the weight of one bag? Weight of one bag will be less than 174. So 174 will be divided by 12. This is the weight of one bag. Now we can find the weight of 20 bag. Weight of 20 bags. 174 upon 12 multiplied by 20. Now solve and get your answer. See here. 12 divided by 4 coming 3. 4 dividing 20 coming 5. Okay. Now 3 dividing 174 by 58. 3 into 5 15. 3 into 8 24. Now 58 into 5. 5 into 8 40. 25 plus 4 29. 209 kg. That means if weight of 12 bag is 174, then weight of 20 bags will be 290 kg. This is the unitary method. Children, same question you can do by another method also. Now what is the second method? See here. The second method is the ratio method. Ratio and proportion method. See here. 12 bag ratio 20 bag must be equal to 174 kg ratio x kg. Now what is the x here? Suppose that weight of 20 bag is x kg. This will be your statement. Let weight of 20 bags is equal to x kg. And we have seen that ratio is taken between the similar quantities. 12 is the number, 20 is the number. 174 kg is the weight and x kg is the weight. So we will take the ratio with the same quantities. Okay. And in ratio and proportion, see here. This is the symbol of proportion. From this question we are finding that the ratio between 12 and 20 must be equal to the ratio between 174 kg and x. That is why we will put here equal sign. Okay. Now according to ratio proportion method, the product of extreme is equal to product of mean. This is the method we have studied. Now solve and get your answer. X is equal to 20 into 174 upon 12. 12 divided by 4, 3. 20 divided by 4, 5. 3 dividing 174 by 58 times. So x is equal to 5 into 58, 290. Means x is equal to 290 kg. So whatever method you are following, answer will be same. In examination you can do by any method. Okay, if it is given do by unitary method, then you are bound to follow this method. But if method name is not given, so whatever you feel easy you can do. Okay, now see this question. 8 kg of tomatoes cost rupees 84. What is the cost of 14 kg? See this one. It is given that cost of 8 kg. Cost of 8 kg tomatoes is rupees 84. Then you can find the cost of 1 kg tomato. 1 kg tomato cost will be less than 84. That is why 84 will be divided by 8. Now you can find the cost of 14 kg. 14 kg will be this rupees 84 upon 8 is multiplied by 14. Now solve and get your answer. 2 dividing 8 by 4 times, 2 dividing 14 by 7 times, 4 dividing 84 by 21 times, 4 into 2 8, 4 into 1 4. So rupees 21 into 7. Now multiply and get your answer. Rupees 147. Okay, this is the unitary method. If same question you want to do by ratio method, then let the cost of 14 kg of tomatoes is equal to rupees X. Okay, then ratio of weight 8 kg ratio 14 kg will be equal to ratio between cost. Cost of 8 kg is 84, then cost of 14 kg is rupees X. Understood? This is the ratio and proportion method. Ratio between weight and weight should be equal to ratio between rupees and rupees, cost and cost. Now solve and get your answer. Product of extreme is equal to product of mean. This is the method. So X is equal to 14 into 84 upon 8. Now solve and get 2 dividing 8 by 4 times, 2 dividing 14 by 7 times, 4 dividing 84 by 21 times. So X is equal to 147 rupees. Understood? Now pause the video and note down these questions. Now see third question. A compositor takes 1 hour 45 minutes to compose 24 pages of a book. How long will he take to compose 64 pages? See this, we have to find the time. So what will be the statement? Time taken to compose 24 pages. Time taken to compose 24 pages is 1 hour 45 minutes. 1 hour 45 minutes. Then what will be the time taken to compose one page? Now see, to compose 24 pages, if 1 hour 45 minutes, then to compose one page, less time will be taken. So it will be 1 hour 45 minutes divided by 24. Okay, this is the direct relation. One quantity is decreasing, then second will also decrease. And if decreasing, then we will divide it. Okay, now see here. Time taken to compose 6 pages will be 1 hour 45 minutes means 105 minutes, because 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. 60 plus 45, 105. Okay, upon 24 multiplied by 64. Is this clear? Value of 1 is this, so value of 64 will be more. That is why we are multiplying. Now solve it. 3 dividing 24 by 8 times, 3 dividing 105 by 35. 8 dividing 64 by 8 times. 8 into 35. 8 into 5 is 40. Now 280 minutes. 280 minutes means we know that 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. Then 280 minutes is equal to how many? 6 4s are 24. That means 4 hours 40 minutes. Is this understood? This 280 is divided by 60. 64s are 240. So this 4 is the hour, this 40 remaining is the minute. So 4 hour 40 minutes is the answer. Okay. The same question you can do by another method also. One method we have done, seen the ratio and proportion method. One more method is there. See here. Write down one side time and one side number of pages. Time is 1 hour 45 minutes, then 24 pages. Then we have to find time and pages is 64. See this one. This is the second method. One side one quantity, second side second quantity. Any quantity you can take. Suppose I have taken time. So 1 hour 45 minutes and X hour. That we have supposed. 24 pages, 64 pages. Okay. You are watching that 24 to 64 is increasing. Now think here, there is direct relation or indirect relation. To compose more pages, more time will be taken. To compose more pages, more time is taken. That is why there is direct relation. If there is direct relation, then arrow's sign will be same. Which relation is there? Direct relation means direct variation. And what is the method of writing? The arrow, the number towards arrow will be the numerator and tail of the arrow will be the denominator. This is the method of writing. Arrow side will be the numerator and tail side will be the denominator. So x is equal to 64 into 1 hour 45 minutes means 105 minutes upon 24. See this one. 104 into 64 upon 24. 104 into 64 upon 24. Means on solving you will get 4 hour 45 minutes or not. 4 hour 40 minutes you will get. See the method. You can do by any out of 3. There are 3 methods I have told you. One is the unitary method, one is the ratio method, and this is the direct variation method. Okay? Is this clear? See once more. One more question. 5 men can paint a hall in 18 hours. Then how many men will be able to paint in 10 hours? See, first I am telling you the second method. How will you write? There are 2 terms, men and time. There are 2 quantities, number of men and time. If 5 men are there, then 18 hours is the time. Okay. Then how many men? Suppose X men. Suppose X men. Then time is 10 hours. Okay. Where unknown value, put the X arrow down here. Now check there is direct variation or indirect variation. If number of men will be increasing, if number of men is increasing, then time will decrease or increase. Just think over it. If 5 men can do a work in 10 days, 5 men can do a work in 10 days, then 10 men will do the work in less days or more days? Definitely less days. If the same work is done by 5 men, they will take more days, and if the same work is done by 10 men, they will take less days. Means there is indirect variation. Here number of men will increase, then time will decrease. So here the arrow sign will be opposite because there is indirect variation. Now this is the new type of questions. Before that all the questions were direct variation. But now the question is coming for indirect. In the direct, one quantity is increasing, then second is also increasing. But here one is increasing, then second is decreasing. So there are opposite relation. That is why it is called indirect variation. Understood? Where unknown value, put the arrow from your side. In the second side, you have to think there is direct or indirect. If direct variation, then arrow sign, arrow direction will be same. But if indirect variation is there, indirect variation. If indirect variation is there, then arrow sign will be opposite. And what is the method of writing? Arrow will be the numerator, tail will be the denominator. Arrow will be the numerator, tail will be the denominator. Now solve it. 18 into 5 upon 10. 5 dividing 10 by 2 times, 2 dividing 8 by 9 times. Means x is equal to 9. Means 9 main will be required. This is the alternate method. See the unitary method. How will you write? Number of main to paint in 18 hours is equal to 5. If 18 hours is taken, then there are 5 main. So, number of main to paint in 1 hour. Just think over it. If 18 hours is taken with by 5 main, then for 1 hour more main is required or less main? If the same work is done by one in 1 hour, then more main is required or less main? Just think and tell. Definitely, if the work is completed in 18 hours by 5 main, if the same work is have to complete in 1 hour, then more main will be required. So here 18 and 5 will be multiplied. So this type of relation is called indirect relation. One quantity is decreasing, then other quantity is increasing. Here time is decreasing, then number of main is increasing. Okay. So number of main to paint in 10 hours. Now in 1 hour this main is required, so in 10 hours less main will be required. So this 18 into 5 will be divided by 10, because more main, less time, more time, less main. That is why 10 is dividing it. Now solve and get your answer. 5 dividing 10 by 2 times, 2 dividing 8 by 9 times. Means 9 main is required to paint in 10 hours. Okay? Note it down. Now see question number 5. 30 workers can dig a trench in 5 days. 30 workers are taking 5 days to dig a trench. How many workers will be required to dig it in 6 days? See how to solve it. We have to find how many workers. So, what will be the statement? Number of workers. Number of workers in 5 days is equal to 30. For 5 days there are 30 workers. So, what will be the workers for 1 day? Now just think, if 30 workers are taking 5 days, then more workers will be required to complete the work in 1 day. If we have to complete the work in 1 day, we have to increase the number of workers. So this 30 will be multiplied by 5. This is the indirect variation. One quantity is decreasing, then second quantity is increasing. Okay. Now you can find number of workers in 6 days will be equal to 30 into 5 upon 6. 6 dividing 30 by 5 times 5 into 5 is 25. That means to complete the work in 6 days, 25 workers are required. What is the second method? See here, there are two things. One is the worker, second is the day. When 30 workers are there, then 5 days. Suppose X workers are required for 6 days. And how to find this is direct variation or indirect variation? Apply the arrow sign from your side. Now think, if 30 workers are taking 5 days, then to complete the work in more days, less workers are required. If we have to increase the number of days, then we have to reduce the number of workers. Means days are increasing, then workers are decreasing. So there is indirect variation. There is indirect variation. And what is the method of writing? The arrow side number will become the numerator, tail side number will be the denominator. Arrow side number will be the numerator, tail side will be the denominator. Now x is equal to 5 into 30 upon 6 by cross multiplication. 6 dividing 30 by 5 times. So x is equal to 25, means 25 workers. See, both the methods are different but answer is same. You can follow any method. Now see the last question of the day. At a uniform speed of 54 km per hour, a car covers a certain distance in 5 minutes. It means if speed is 54, then time taken is 5 minutes. Now, how much time will it take to cover the same distance at 30 km per hour? It means if speed is 54 km per hour, time taken is 5 minutes. Just think, if speed is 1 km per hour, then time taken will be less than 5 minutes or more than 5 minutes. I hope it's very easy. Speed is more then time is less. Speed is less then time is more. That means this 5 minutes will be multiplied by 54 km per hour. Because the right hand side number is increasing, that is why multiplication will take place. Okay. Now, if speed is 30 km per hour, then time taken will be, see, speed is less, then more time. If speed is more, time is less. That means 5 minutes into 54 km per hour will be divided by 30 km per hour. Understood? Now kilometer per hour are dividing each other. 5 dividing 30 by 6 times. 6 dividing 54 by 9 times, means 9 minutes will be taken if the speed is 30 km per hour. Understood? Now solve these questions. Do practice well for your unit test. Bye bye.